Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Devour. Level up every day, countdown to Invincibility. Chapter 21. Zhongcheng, the Fairyland Warrior Club. In the VIP room, a row of girls wearing skirts and half-shirts are sitting on their knees on the ground. The scenery of the snow country is unobstructed. They were waiting for Brother Lu Zhou and Brother Lu Zhou to review. Drop. Intelligent detection of message prompts. Say. Lu Zhou frowned and spoke impatiently. Master, Zhang Ji is dead. Who is Zhang Ji? Lu Zhou couldn't remember for a while. Ahem, Tianlu treatment plant, security section Zhang Ji. His last report was to interrogate Qin Emu's mother. Well, I remembered. Lu Zhou did say that he wanted to get rid of Qin Mu, but Lu Zhou was not satisfied with just getting rid of Qin Mu, and Qin Emu's mother worked in his own company. It just so happened that the accounts of the treatment plant were recently uncovered by the head office, so they simply killed two birds with one stone and solved the problem completely. You just said that Zhang Ji is dead. How did he die? Qin Mu killed him. Haha, isn't that good? Tell the security team to kill him directly at the temporary detention point and it will be over. But young master, Qin Mu joined the Zhongcheng Martial Arts School and was taken away by Guo Yue. Now he can't be touched at all. Not only is Qin Mu out of touch, but his mother and his sisters were all picked up. The people following him said that the vehicles were all gone. I didn't go to the martial arts hall, I went directly into the dormitory of the martial arts hall. What? Lu Zhou's expression suddenly twisted. What do you mean? Can't you handle such a small thing? No, young master, then Qin Mu must have signed a genius contract. Judging from the salary, I'm afraid it's S level. This is beyond what I can do with my little manpower. Bang! Lu Zhou kicked away the wine bottle at his feet and said ferociously. S-level genius. Why, he just leveled up to 5 levels overnight. Master, I am investigating the matter, but there is still a production line leader and several security guards at Zhang Ji's side. Look. Look, Lu Zhou's eyes revealed a fierce look. You bastard, if they were alive, you wouldn't have to live anymore. Yes. The video hangs up. Lu Zhou grinned and pressed down on the person in front of him. Stop talking, I'm so angry right now. ... Martial arts dormitory. Yongling was a little convinced at first, but she looked at the villa and smart equipment in front of her. She couldn't believe it. Xiaomu, don't lie to me. This is obviously a villa, so it costs at least tens of millions, right? There are also smart devices, Mate series. I know this brand, and they cost at least tens of thousands of credits. Where do you get such money? Hey, Qin Mu sighed in his heart. He originally planned to explain slowly, but now suddenly, Qin Mu himself needs some time to recover, and it will only be harder for them. After pondering for a moment, he replied, well, I work in a martial arts gym now, and I got a little salary advance. And this is indeed a dormitory, a martial arts dormitory. Didn't you see it when you walked in? The dormitory is for temporary living. If you stop working, you will definitely have to return it to others. Xiaoyun looked at his brother dubiously, then looked back at Yongling. Qin Mu still had things to deal with, so he quickly said, you guys stay here first, and we'll talk about everything after I come back. Throw the backpack directly at the door. Pulling out the dried meat, he handed it to Xiaoyun and rubbed her little head. Be good and don't run around when you're full. Qin Mu finished handling matters at home and went out. Guo Yue leaned against the car, apparently communicating with the security team. Director, we can go. Qin Mu spoke. Go, where to go? Guo Yue patted Qin Mu on the shoulder. Before the martial arts exam, you will live here and don't have to go anywhere. Hey, don't you need to investigate the case? Qin Mu felt that there should be at least a minimum amount of scrutiny. Guo Yue raised his eyes and looked at Qin Mu. What era has it been? Is it still so difficult to investigate a case? The live video is turned off. It was turned off before you entered the Beast Factory. If you think about it, you know there is something fishy. Your mother is probably the one who was caught and took the blame. Those security guards didn't need to ask, they just checked the smart device data and everything was fine. The words have not yet finished. Guo Yue's intelligence sounded and he immediately smiled. Ha, it's solved. Drop. The video was connected, and Gao Xiaoliang appeared on the screen with a solemn expression. Supervisor, all those survivors were silenced in the ambulance and the smart equipment was destroyed. Puff. Now, Guo Yue was really angry. Shut up. What are you doing? Okay, I won't ask you. Smart devices all have cloud data, just go and check it. Gao Xiaoliang's face turned even more ugly. Supervisor, I adjusted the cloud. The data center said that there was a hacker intrusion and all the relevant data had been erased. Hiss. Guo Yue immediately took a deep breath. Hacker. So fast. Gao Xiaoliang was also puzzled. The other party acted quickly and the level of hacking was ridiculously high. It is not an ordinary criminal method. Nonsense. How can someone not be a top hacker hack into the cloud and destroy data? There are only a few employees who can use this level of hackers. Even if they get a lot of benefits, it is impossible to do it. Guo Yue was really puzzled for a moment. Qin Mu, things are a bit complicated now. All the evidence has been erased. Qin Mu rolled his eyes and thought, no, my intelligence stores data, at least there is data about their lynchings. Immediately, data and video are sent over. Guo Yue watched the video and frowned more and more. It looks like it was a simple theft by insiders and then framed. But using hackers is obviously beyond their scope. The only explanation is that the amount of things they stole was huge, and someone behind the scenes took a lot of profits. To do this, the top management of the Ferocious Beast treatment plant must participate, and even people from the Tianlu Group headquarters must participate. Tisk. The more Guo Yue thought about it, the more wrong he became. But why are you looking for your mother? You shouldn't be. You passed the certification yesterday and have a quasi-warrior status. These can be checked. There are so many employees in the Ferocious Beast factory, and it's hard to frame any one of them. Why would you want to find the mother of a quasi-warrior, or the mother of an excellent quasi-warrior? Isn't this looking for trouble for yourself? When Qin Mu heard this, he felt something was wrong in his heart. Director, are you saying that those people framed me just by the way, maybe because they wanted to find me behind the scenes? Guo Yue suddenly raised his head. Who have you offended recently? There really is. Qin Mu gently picked the tip of his nose and said with a hint of embarrassment, when I went home yesterday, I was blocked by some gangsters from the Hungry Wolf gang and killed a few of them. Is this their revenge? What? How many did you kill when you came home yesterday? Good guy. Guo Yue now really needs to re-evaluate Qin Mu's character. In addition, the bet for this martial arts test is safe. Qin Mu, a young man, seemed to care about his life, but when it came to killing, he was definitely not a good person. During the martial arts assessment, the young man went out to the city for the first time to see blood, and what he feared most was panic. When seeing a ferocious beast, his hands and legs tremble, and he faints when he sees blood. No matter how strong he is, he will die in the mouth of the ferocious beast. And in Qin Mu's current state, is it possible to panic? Absolutely not. Guo Yue thought for a while and said disdainfully, Hungry Wolf Gang. All the assets of that small gang are not enough for a top hacker to order takeout. You practice hard and I will handle the matter. ... Qin Mu turned around and went back to the dormitory. Yang Ling watched at the door for a long time. When her son came back, she quickly stepped forward and asked, how is it? Have you found out the truth and is everything okay? The villa is fully furnished. Qin Mu pulled his mother to the sofa, not intending to worry her. Look, I'm back, what else can happen? Phew. Yang Ling thought so and quickly patted her chest to calm down. What a risk. It's really God's blessing. It's your father's spirit in heaven who is blessing you. Zhangji, that beast, knows that it's unreasonable to frame me. In order to cover up others' deception, he insisted on letting me accuse you as an accomplice. What? Qin Mu's pupils shrank sharply. He forced himself to calm down, and asked calmly, Mom, does Zhangji know my name? Does he know that I am a quasi-martial artist? You still have to confess that I came out. What should I confess to? Stealing something. Yeah, Yang Ling said frankly. Recently, the headquarters came to check the accounts and said that we have lost dozens of tons of ferocious beast products in the past few years. The line leader must have colluded with the security department. It's a shame that I used to treat them as a good person. Mom seems to have no idea about wealth. In the market, the meat of ferocious beasts is weighed by the kilogram for low-level ones, but sold by the gram for mid-level ones. In your factory, No matter how many tons are lost, this wealth is worth hundreds of millions based on the lowest end products. If the quality is slightly better, the total price may even be several billion. A security section chief and a line leader dared to swallow this wealth, and how many years did they keep it secret? What Guo Yue said was right, but there were high-level officials committing the crime behind the scenes. And there's one more thing. The other party definitely came at me on purpose. Have you ever offended a person with billions of wealth? You may not have seen it before. Ling Qinzu. If I have ever seen a person with strong assets and a little bit of contradiction, this is the only one who hides his identity as a rich man. Qin Mu is not a person who makes judgments casually. Ling Qinzu has this ability, but the probability is very low, less than 1%. First of all, the Fierce Beast Factory does not belong to the Lingwu Group. Secondly, Ling Qinzu was not very public in school. She had money, but I didn't see much use for it. The only possibility for her to steal her own wealth was one. That was Ling Qinzu, a superficial school beauty who gambled like crazy every day when she came home from school. In the end, she was heavily in debt and didn't dare to tell her family, so she secretly made money. Ah sneeze. Ling Qinzu was in the lounge of Zhongcheng Martial Arts Hall, and she shrugged the tip of her nose. Is the air conditioner so cold? Where's that wooden man? Why haven't you started practicing even though you signed the genius agreement? Floating. Ling Qinzu couldn't wait for Qin Mu, so she had no choice but to practice on her own. And the other side, Qin Mu, however, cooked at home. The meals packed by the martial arts school took a long time, so he left them in the refrigerator and ate them by himself when he was hungry at night. Ordered fresh meat from the mall and had it delivered directly to your door. A meal is ready. 8 dishes and 1 soup. Brother, are you going to rob a bank? Xiaoyun looked at the dishes on the table, but he didn't recognize any of them, and he suddenly felt a little panicked. Qin Mu directly reached out and grabbed Xiaoyun's soft face. Eat in peace, this is not a problem you have to worry about. Woo. Xiaoyun pursed his lips, picked up the bowl and gulped down the rice. Tisk. Forget. Qin Mu grabbed the rice bowl and said, if we don't have any staple food at home, we can still be full if we eat meat. If you feel like you're not full, just give me more. Yongling looked like she didn't recognize her son. Xiao Mu, how much salary did you advance? Qin Mu thought for a moment. More than 1 million. Said, I transferred 1 million to Yongling. Puff. Yongling didn't even take a sip of the soup before she spurted it all out. She was extremely shocked and said, 1 million. Qin Mu said, the salary of a warrior is very high. Really, a monthly salary of several million is normal. Xiaoyun held the meaty leg with both hands, moaned, and chewed hard. Brother, why did I hear from my classmates that the starting salary of a warrior is only 10 or 20,000? TCH, can your brother be the same as an ordinary warrior? Qin Mu then ordered, don't go to that school before. There should be a school near the martial arts hall. I'll handle it for you in a few days. Stay at home first. Xiaoyun suddenly felt a little awkward, but looking at the old man's appearance, it seemed that there was no need to discuss it, so he could only nod. After dinner, Qin Mu came to the training room by himself. Turn on projection. 2 exercises appear on the screen. 18 moves of bloody battle, the power of the mind master and a summary of the battle modes. It should be a little harder to read the teacher's name, right? Learn sword skills first. Qin Mu had no concerns about upgrading, and he didn't need to worry about physical training. Even the exercises only needed to be learned at the beginning, and the rest was left to the system. 18 moves of bloody battle. There are a total of 18 sword moves, which are very direct. As a warrior, he is involved in sword skills, body skills, dodge, and how to deal with vicious beasts in battle. For ordinary martial artists, the more complex and awesome the sword technique, the better. The key is practicality. It can quickly train an apprentice into a warrior who can fight ferocious beasts through a small number of moves. 18 styles of bloody battle does this very well. In the picture, a powerful warrior holds a sword and performs a drill. Sword skills, basic 13 moves. Chop, chop, tease, chop, pick, cut, push, stab, slide, stir, collapse, point, pull. Basic poses must be practiced 500 times a day. After the basics are completed, there are 5 advanced moves, watch out. The warrior lunges forward, raises the sword, spins and slashes horizontally, and finally closes the sword and counterattacks. Just when Qin Mu thought it was over, the warrior shouted loudly, dagger style. Moment. The warrior and his sword turned into a shadow and rushed out, and the blade penetrated the 5-centimeter steel plate in front of him without any hindrance. Hiss, it's a bit fierce. Qin Mu was stunned. I have never seen this kind of momentum and sword skills in school. I think he is using the sword to practice, but he can be so powerful only by explosion. The demonstration continues. In addition to the protruding sword style, there are also the sword drawing style, the horizontal sword style, the 8 methods, and the bloody battle style. 5 advanced steps. Each move is a fusion of the previous 13 basic sword techniques. It seems simple, but there are many changes, and there are dozens of ways to deal with ferocious beasts and enemies. Qin Mu started practicing directly. Once you are proficient in the basic exercises, you can then practice the 5 advanced poses one by one. With the cultivation of telekinesis, it is obviously much easier to learn this sword technique. It is not difficult to say that you are proficient in it, but it is not difficult to learn the basics. ... Open black lens bracket ding. The host learns C-level warrior skills and fights 18 moves. Close black lens bracket. Phew, done. To break through as a warrior, you only need apprentice-level skills. This book is enough to break through to the general level. Qin Mu breathed a sigh of relief and looked at his watch again. It was already past 7 in the evening. Oops, Mom and Xiaoyun didn't know whether they had eaten or not. Turn around and look. Yongling and Qinyun were sitting at the door of the training room, looking at themselves dreamily. Bang 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 bang. Qinyun's face turned red with excitement and he clapped his hands. Brother, I believe you are a genius warrior. You are the best. Ha ha ha. This girl. Qin Mu walked over dumbfounded. Have a meal, are you hungry? Xiaoyun shook his head repeatedly. I ate too much meat at lunch, and I'm not hungry at all. Lazy. Qin Mu immediately scolded. Practice extra at night. Ah, Xiaoyun's anger was mostly dispelled. Yongling has already prepared dinner, so the brother and sister can just start eating. Just practice. Qin Mu couldn't take Xiaoyun with him. He had to practice telekinesis at night, so he let Yongling watch Xiaoyun practice in the living room. Anyway, the little girl can barely reach the first level of apprenticeship. The most important thing is to practice her physical strength, increase her strength, and become familiar with punching. Training room. Qin Mu closed the door. A summary of the power of the Mind Master and combat modes. This technique, judging from the name, is not very mysterious. Of course, people have also made it clear that the level of skills is also the apprentice level. Also a 3-dimensional exercise in projection. The telepathic master in the video can use 5 flying blades with just one thought. The thick steel plate between the vertical and horizontal blades is as easy to handle as a piece of tofu. Once you cut a piece, it will penetrate with a single blow. The Mind Master puts his hands behind his back and does not need to move at all. Elegant. It's really elegant. A telepathy master is completely different from a warrior. At the same level, a telepathy master is invincible. He can attack without any precautions and can easily defeat his opponent across levels. The only requirement for a meditation master to exert his strength is to concentrate all his energy. The following is a set of meditation methods for concentration. Practice meditation for at least 10 hours a day. There are 10 hours left, 5 hours to practice the flying blade movements, just follow the graphics. I'm only talking about the most important things here. The telepathic master in the projection was obviously not as patient as the warrior instructor. Just a demonstration without any explanation. In addition to being powerful and difficult to defend against, a telepathic master can control multiple flying blades. One flying blade has a force of 10,000 kg. 5 flying blades have a force of 50,000 kg. This is the core of the true invincibility of Mind Masters, and it is what all Mind Masters must practice diligently, multitasking. As for the unity of mind and heart, that is an advanced combat method, and you don't need to understand it now. Usually spend at least 5 hours practicing multitasking. Once the attack power of the second flying blade is equal to the level, you can try the third one, and so on. Having said this, the Mind Master directly launched 7 flying blades. My control limit is 7 at full power and 14 at non-full power. Although the attack power level is only the 9th level of the general, I can retreat completely from the 9th level of the Grandmaster, and I can even look for opportunities to kill. This is the Mind Master. The projection disappears. Qin Mu now fully understands why the Nyan Master is so obsessed with it. He just has it in his mouth. One more flying blade means one more person to hit you. How do ordinary warriors deal with it? Practice to the level of the Nyan Master in the video, with 7 flying blades at full strength. It is equivalent to 7 9th level generals, and there are even extra flying blades as cover, making it impossible for the enemy to judge which one is really attacking with full force. In this way, facing dozens of flying blades, the pressure is huge. Xiaoyi, you are indeed a professional. Only now did Qin Mu remember the necessity of having more flying blades. Next comes practice. Directly try the second handle. Qin Mu did not use the flying blade in actual combat, but only used the flying blade for practice. This was given as a gift when he purchased it. It was a blunt knife with the same shape and weight. The first handle is stable. The second handle. No way. Even if Qin Mu didn't attack, he still felt like his head was being torn apart. He really couldn't hold on. Let's practice graphics first. The night passed until dawn. FK. Is the Nyan Master really a pervert? Is it so difficult? One night, Qin Mu controlled the flying blade with his heart, following the route in the projection, turning, stopping, and accelerating. Just the maze-like graphics prevented Qin Mu from completing the task as required. Master, you need to rest. It is recommended that you use meditation to speed up your mental recovery. You can also buy some mental supplements. The price after discount is about 300,000 per copy. Xiaoyi comforted her from the side. Purchase. Qin Mu had nothing to do now. He was inspired by the Mind Master to win or lose. He directly clicked on upgrade and then entered meditation. The following few days, Qin Mu never leaves the training room except for eating. Day 6. Qin Mu controlled 2 flying blades and quickly shuttled between the 2 projections at the same time. After a while, the 2 flying blades reached the exit at the same time. Clearance. Bang. Xiaoyi pulled out colorful fireworks in the air. Congratulations, Master, for clearing the first level of the maze. At the same time, a system message pops up. Open black lens bracket ding. The host learns D-level telekinesis skills, the basics of telekinesis. Close black lens bracket. Phew, Qin Mu felt lucky. The difficulty of reading the teacher is really abnormal. I have a system to level up 1 level a day. Although it is not used to upgrade my skills, my mental power is greatly improved, and my attack power and control are also improved. It took me just a few days to learn the exercises. If it's an ordinary level 3 telepathy master, I'm sorry, it's a question of whether you can pass the level in this life. Nyan teacher, pure talent. A gifted mind master has a naturally strong control. The realm you dream of may be easier than drinking water for others. And Qin Mu. With the help of system upgrades, the improvement speed is faster than anyone else, and there is no limit. No matter how talented a mind master is, his talent is at its limit. Qin Mu didn't. Even if you don't have any skills, you can still use 10 days to achieve a breakthrough. Invincible upgrade system, you must be invincible. Panel. Qin Mu muttered silently. Invincible upgrade system. Qin Mu. Upgrade points. 0. Martial arts cultivation. Apprentice level 9. Psychic cultivation. Apprentice level 9. Warrior skills. 18 styles of bloody fighting. Psychic power technique. Basics of psychological power. As a result of 7 days of seclusion, all apprentices are at level 9. If you want to break through to the realm of a warrior, all the techniques must be prepared in 15 days. It only takes 15 days to reach the 9th level as a warrior. Besides, he can still control 2 flying blades with all his strength. If he doesn't use all his strength, it's not a problem for all 5 flying blades to come out at once. But if all 5 handles are opened, the speed and strength of the flying blade cannot be guaranteed. Simply put, if you try to pass the level by practicing with all 5 handles open, you will not be able to pass the level at all, or even half of it. But Qin Mu is already very satisfied with this result. The 2 flying blades, including his own warrior abilities, are 3 apprentices at the 9th level. Moreover, the remaining flying blades can be used for Shu Huang's move. When attacking normally, there is no need to use the full flying blades. This maintains a certain speed and confuses the enemy. Finally found a flaw and suddenly accelerated. Ha ha. Qin Mu felt happy and laughed loudly. Xiaoyi reminded from the side, Master, today is the martial arts test time. You can rest for 3 hours, and then arrive at the gate of Zhongcheng 2A before 10 o'clock to gather. Don't be in a hurry to rest. Qin Mu's telekinesis level is now high, so he won't have to take a break after clearing the level once. Take supplements. I had eaten all the more than 8 million in my account in the past few days, but later I didn't dare to eat any more. I really couldn't afford it. 300,000 per ton. After a few hours of eating, I just wanted to FK again. Who can afford it? He can kill more than 1 million people by eating in one day. Warriors, making money is fast, but spending money is also like installing a turbocharger, which is called fast. Xiaoyi, release the blocked news. Closed for the past few days. Qin Mu didn't want to accept anyone's video, and he didn't know anyone at all. The most he knew was Guo Yue. He knew where he was and would come to see him if anything happened. Yeah, you have 27 unread messages. Guo Yue, 2. Qin Mu, are you in retreat? I understand, no need to reply to the message. Close black lens bracket. The case has not progressed, but Tianlu Ferocious Beast Treatment Plant still decided to sue you. In your video, only Zhang Ji took action, while the other security guards did not participate but were seriously injured by you. But don't worry, you'll most likely lose money and you'll be fine. Also, I'll pick you up on the day of the martial arts exam. Close black lens bracket. Ling Qinzu, 25. Open black lens bracket. Qin Mu. What are you doing? Why don't you come to the martial arts school? Close black lens bracket. Mumu, are you floating? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Practice. Practice quickly. Close black lens bracket. Don't be lazy, hurry up and practice, I'm supervising you. ... Puff. Qin Mu was speechless. What? The scene of a large-scale magical squatting drama. After the school beauty was rejected, she completely turned into a yandere and a madman. Close double angle bracket. Ignore her. Qin Mu didn't even want to reply to the message to avoid being infected. ... 3 hours later, Xiaoyi reminded Guo Yue that he had arrived at the door. Qin Mu had already grabbed the prepared tactical backpack and went out directly. In the car, Guo Yue looked at Qin Mu with excitement. How is it? How is the effect of retreat at home? Pity. If the case can be settled, you can go to the martial arts school to practice. The effect will be better. Roughly the same. Qin Mu didn't care. There are 2 more functions on the martial arts school side. One is to strengthen the weight-bearing training room. It has not been used and the effect is not yet known. Another is a medicinal bath. This effect doesn't seem to matter. After all, warriors need to improve their strength and exercise their muscles and bones. I can't say I don't need it, but I'm not in a hurry. The biggest advantage may be that you can test your strength at any time. How has your telepathy improved? Are you confident in using 2 flying blades? Guo Yue asked. Qin Mu nodded. It's a bit difficult. I just broke through this morning and I just got 2. Hiss. Stable. Guo Yue was ecstatic. Okay, you are indeed worthy of the talent I value. After confirming the strength, Guo Yue also did not forget to introduce the rules. You have all the equipment. You don't need to change it when you go. Maps and routes will be sent to you when the time comes. The so-called martial arts test. To put it bluntly, it is to let the warriors see blood, and select a group of talented warriors who are outstanding in strength and excellent in actual combat, and focus on training. Martial arts ranking list. This is something that Zhongcheng will have in every martial arts test. Your intelligence can check it when the time comes. What I ask of you, no, is what Zhongcheng Martial Arts School wants of you. The minimum is to be in the top 10, and strive to be in the top 3. Speaking of which, Guo Yue also sent over information on several talented warriors who needed to focus on. Every year, the martial arts exam during the school graduation period is the focus of all forces. There are also martial arts exams in other periods, but they are not valuable enough. Only the martial arts exams at this time will attract the attention of major forces if you get the ranking. The reason is simple. Can the students taking the re-examination be geniuses? If you are not a genius, is it worth investing in? Guo Yue clicked on the information. Others can ignore it, but this one. In the screen, a white-haired young man with a cold expression and a sense of arrogance. Bai Chuya, from Tianjian Pavilion, is a mind master like you. He awakened half a year before you. Now it is said that he may have the strength of a 9th-level apprentice, and he can control as many as 3 flying swords. Guo Yue paused and projected a strange-looking weapon. The flying sword is the telepathic weapon of Tianjian Pavilion. It is twice as long as the flying blade. It is very difficult to control and more lethal. It can be split into 2 swords at will, making it extremely sharp against the enemy. How could a specialized mental weapon have such a thing? Is Tianjian Pavilion a force of pure mind masters? Qin Mu said doubtfully. Guo Yue patted Qin Mu. Of course not, but the master of the Tianjian Pavilion is a telepathy master, and he is the strongest telepathy master in Longxing. He has a white life and is called the White Sword Sect. One of the top 10 members of the federal parliament. He is extremely powerful. It is said that he only lost 1 move at the hands of Wu Poxing. Dragon Star Master. Qin Mu only knew Wu Poxing before. After all, he was the number 1 in Longxing, so he always received more attention. The power of Tianjian Pavilion is strong, and the master of the pavilion will not be weak, but he did not expect that the other party is actually the strongest mind master. All of them are named Bai. Qin Mu suddenly discovered something. Hey, Guo Yue said calmly. Yes, Bai Chuya is Bai Ming's grandson. The Federation has been researching sorcerers for many years, with no results, but I have to say that sorcerers are really distinguished by their blood. The descendants of high-level telepathy masters have a high probability of awakening telepathy power. Qin Mu fell into deep thought after hearing this. Guo Yue shouted loudly. I've checked the files about your father. It's really a pity. He was only 28 years old when he died in battle. Before he was 30, he still had a chance to awaken his telekinesis. I have also made arrangements for your sister, Qin Yun, to attend the primary school affiliated with the martial arts school. When the time comes, I will focus on training her as a master. There may be a chance. This. Qin Mu was stunned for a moment. Where did you want to go? Can my father awaken his telekinesis? That probability is actually a bit low. Qin Yun, of course it's a good thing to be awakened, but it's okay not to be awakened. It doesn't matter, I will cover her. As for training in martial arts schools, Qin Mu would certainly not refuse. Training is very expensive, Qin Mu can really see this. Regardless of Guo Yue, Qin Mu checked the martial arts test rules himself. The exam lasts for 7 days. We only provide emergency food for 1 day, and we have to hunt the rest by ourselves. Hunting a first-level ferocious beast will earn 10 points, a second-level ferocious beast will earn 30 points, and a third-level ferocious beast will earn 100 points. Act alone, kill 10 first-level ferocious beasts alone, and get a passing grade, otherwise you fail. The top 10 in the martial arts rankings will receive additional rewards. The more you kill, the more you gain. In this martial arts test, all the ferocious beasts hunted will be returned to qualified candidates with credits after recovery. It seems that in addition to the assessment purpose, the martial arts exam also provides outstanding candidates with an opportunity to make a fortune. There is no middleman to make the difference, and there is no need to hand it over to martial arts schools or forces. If you kill a few hundred, you can indeed make a small fortune. The vehicle is parked at Gate 2A. In Zhongcheng, all entrances and exits are designed as barbicans. There are 3 layers of design here, with the defense strength of one layer being higher than the other. The surrounding metal fortifications were impregnable, and various weapons were densely aimed at the outside of the city. Even if a bird flies by, it will be blasted to pieces. In the open space, there are already warriors queuing up to change their equipment. I'll send it here. Guo Yue took Qin Mu out of the car and pointed to the meeting place. One last reminder, you are a mind master, there is no need to go too far into the wild. Harvesting a large number of nearby first-order ferocious beasts is also a good way to gain points. Not only can you quickly improve your ranking, but it can also suppress the results of other candidates. He is indeed a veteran. Chin Mu nodded understandingly, turned around and took a step forward. A beautiful face suddenly flashed before his eyes. Stupid idiot, why don't you reply to the video? It is no one else who speaks. It's Ling Chinzu. What video? Chin Mu replied with a hint of surprise. You. Ling Chinzu suddenly became angry, and her eyebrows furrowed slightly. You haven't read all the video messages, have you? I don't know. Maybe you dialed the wrong number. Chin Mu replied lightly. Walk directly to the assembled team. Puff. Ling Chinzu was almost angry to death with just one sentence. Wrong number. You spent hundreds of thousands on the number you bought, and you told me that it was the wrong number. Calm down, calm down. Ling Chinzu couldn't be angry now. 500 million bet, if Chin Mu gives up her pick now, she will really lose money and explode on the spot. It's not that her family can't afford to lose this money, but she has sworn to her father that she will never lose. Think of this. Ling Chinzu put away her angry look and chased after her on tiptoe. Chin Mu, how are your recent cultivation results? Can you use the 2 flying blades? Why are you asking this? Guo Yue just asked the same question. Any inside story? Chin Mu found his position and stood still, looking sideways and said, why are you asking this? Is there any difference between 1 flying blade and 2 flying blades? Of course. Ling Chinzu turned around and faced Chin Mu. Based on the speed of your awakening, you will probably have the strength of an apprentice at level 5. Controlling 1 flying blade is 5,000 kilograms, and 2 blades is 10,000 kilograms. Isn't this a big difference? Of course Chin Mu knew the gap and the actual meaning of the question. What did his cultivation have to do with Ling Chinzu? Can't she understand? Ling Chinzu, however, stamped her feet angrily. How on earth does Zhongcheng Martial Arts School cultivate geniuses? I won't even tell you such a simple thing. I have studied all the warriors in this assessment. As long as you have the telekinesis of level 5 as an apprentice, plus 2 flying blades, there is a high probability that you can be among the top 10 in the rankings. Another top 10 list. One said Chin Mu didn't have to care, but the other 2 said he couldn't care less. Is it because they value the top 10 so much because they can get rewards? Of course it's impossible. The rewards are given to you, not to them. Chin Mu had an idea and blurted out, damn it, shouldn't I be able to place bets on the martial arts rankings? Ding. Ling Chinzu's heartbeat suddenly stopped for a beat, and then she turned away her pretty face and said, how can there be? Don't talk nonsense. How can something as serious as the martial arts exam be used for gambling? Practice is for yourself, for Zhongcheng, and for the human race. How can you involve other things? It really makes me sad. The words have not yet finished. Xiaoyi said, Master, we have found the entrance to the black market website. Your current odds for the top 10 are 1.35, and the odds for the championship are 127. Chin Mu thought, really? Guo Yue must have made a bet, and Ling Chinzu couldn't escape. How much did you drink? Forehead. Ling Chinzu was speechless. Her big, embarrassed eyes kept rolling in her eyes. She didn't look at Chin Mu, and her feet kept rubbing against the floor. Stop grinding it. The floor is made of super alloy and is at least 3 to 5 meters thick. You can't grind it through, Chin Mu reminded him when he saw this. Puff. Ling Chinzu immediately spit out the words. How could you frame me? All right, what a tough talker. Chin Mu ignored her. Xiaoyi, how much money do I have left? 1.02 million credits. This was a special reminder to Xiaoyi to dig out the money. No matter how hard Chin Mu practices, he will not spend all his money. Now is the opportunity to make money. Top 10. The odds are really low. Ling Chinzu and Guo Yue, these 2 guys must have bet a lot, tens of millions for sure. Otherwise, why would the odds be so low for a 9th level apprentice? What remains is the championship odds. This is normal. 27 times. Bai Chuya is present in this martial arts test, and everyone in Zhongcheng feels that his strength is unknown. If he is the favorite to win, the odds of the others will increase. 1 million, beat me to win the championship. Puff. Ling Chinzu was still thinking about how to explain it, but Chin Mu bet 1 million on his own and won the championship. Mumu, are you crazy? The martial arts school didn't say there would be. The words were not finished. There was a commotion in the venue. Chin Mu looked up. In midair, a young man, wearing a pure white martial arts uniform and flying swords, came from the sky. Damn it, so outrageous. A telepathic master can fly with a shield, but why are you letting go of a sword? Flying sword. Even if it is twice as long as the flying blade, it is only about a foot at most, and the width is no more than half a finger. If it were not for the cold light reflected in the sunlight, it would not be visible at all. For a mind master, shield protection is not difficult. There are many types of bodies. It can withstand 100 kg, but the starting power of mind is 1000 kg. How can it be impossible to resist it? It's just the speed and control that are a little different. As for Phaegian's size, it is not easy to stand firm, his martial arts training must not be low, and his mind control must be excellent. Genius telepathy master. Bai Chuya. Handsome. Saddam handsome. Everyone exclaimed in amazement. He's handsome, and his cultivation level is also very high. It's really outrageous. Why am I only handsome but not highly cultivated? Get out. If you throw that face out there, the helmeted pigs will be so sick that they won't be able to eat for 3 days. Hey, that's because pigs don't understand aesthetics, and neither do you. ... People around were talking a lot, but Ling Qinzu didn't look too much. She just rolled her eyes at Qin Mu and said, "That's Bai Chuya of Wanzhong Pavilion, the ruler, the champion of this martial arts test." There is no surprise. The ruler, a warrior-level telepathic master. Qin Mu said, slightly surprised. Now you know that your 1 million is wasted, right? Ling Qinzu raised her eyebrows and patted Qin Mu excitedly. Don't worry, we are all classmates. As long as you work hard and rank in the top 10, the 1 million will be given to me. I'll reimburse you. Depend on. Qin Mu's face darkened. Play capital with me. I don't know how much you bet, and I don't care. But if I want to be in the top 10, it will cost 50 million. If it is lower than this amount, I will have an interview. Anyway, as long as I can pass the exam, it doesn't matter to me whether I can get into the top 10. Puff. Ling Qinzu never thought that things would develop to this point. His eyes stared at Qin Mu, flashing continuously. But he was making plans in his mind. This piece of wood looks dull, but at critical moments, his mind works faster than anyone else. 50 million. To be honest, if you can buy one guaranteed to be in the top 10, it's really not expensive. Okay, let's make a 3-part agreement without making any secrets. Ling Qinzu waved her hand and clicked on the projection and pulled out the agreement. 50 million, pay if you enter the top 10, if it doesn't work. Impossible. Qin Mu waved his hand directly. You yourself said that 2 flying blades are enough for the top 10. Even if something goes wrong, don't expect me to fill the hole for you. Crunch. Ling Qinzu was really going to bite her back teeth into pieces now, and glared at Qin Mu angrily. Then you promise not to be lazy or increase the price temporarily. Huh, have you seen this? Qin Mu thought for a while. Okay, let's fix it at 50 million. The two signed the agreement. Qin Mu was happy to get 50 million for free. As for Guo Yue, never mind. For the sake of him helping me, I won't take any money from him. But Ling Qinzu is really rich. It was so easy to get 50 million for the share. How much did she press? With her little capital, she must earn at least 10 times, right? Damn it, the asking price seems a bit low. But there is no way. Qin Mu had already quoted a sky-high price, but who knew that others would bet even more heavily than he thought. ... While talking, all candidates have gathered. The rules, maps, and routes for this exam have all been distributed. All candidates must abide by the rules and must not compete for prey. They must not harm their compatriots. Otherwise, they will be punished on the spot, up to and including the death penalty, and will be executed immediately. Set off. Pass through the 3 city gates one after another. Outside the city, the metal floor was stained with blood. Those were the traces left by the ferocious beasts that had been attacking Zhongcheng for many years and being strangled by weapons and warriors. Looking around, there is a vast plain. The 30 kilometers within Zhongcheng are all desert. Except for fully automatic sentries and bunkers, there are no trees, slopes or other shelters. Qin Mu's battle suit has holographic glasses, which can display the map when put down. In this exam, each would-be warrior has a different route. If the divided route is not enough to kill, they can only continue to follow the route and go deeper. The method Guo Yue said doesn't seem to work very well. Don't deviate too far from the route. At most, it will take up the resources of 2 candidates. Or, when you reach the end of the route, the beast level is still not dangerous. Can you ignore the route then? Qin Mu wasn't sure yet, so he took out the water bottle from his bag and took a sip first. There must be no pressure on Ling Qinzu to pass the level by herself. She has an A-level core combat uniform and A-level weapons. She was worried that Qin Mu was the only one. The white autumn leaves have flown away, what are you waiting for? The beasts after the end of the route are of higher levels and have more points. If Bai Chuya kills them all, you are in real danger of entering the top 10. It is as expected, Qin Mu thought to himself. The ferocious beasts within the route are for warriors to complete the assessment, and the end of the route is where the battle for ranking begins. At this time, there was a sound coming from the side. What the hell? Bai Chuya has killed 3 ferocious beasts, ranking first. Ling Qinzu looked at her with a look that said, you see what I said is right. She kept urging Qin Mu. But Qin Mu ignored him at all. Why are you anxious? The martial arts test lasts for 7 days. It would be a good thing for Bai Chuya to kill all the ferocious beasts outside. By then, no one will be divided. I can get into the top 10 by killing just 2. Ling Qinzu was stunned when she was told this. It was so unreasonable that she really couldn't find a reason to refute it. Want to speak again? Qin Mu has left. There are route regulations, and you cannot move together in the early stage. Ling Qinzu stamped her feet in hatred and angrily turned to her own route. Qin Mu is really not in a hurry. My current level is not low, but I haven't practiced any techniques yet. 7 days. If you raise the Nianshi technique to 5 levels, you can make a breakthrough. The ruler. It won't be too late to compete with Bai Chuya for the championship by then. A first-level ferocious beast is worth 10 points, and a third-level ferocious beast is worth 100 points. The difference is 10 times. If given the chance, Qin Mu would certainly not give up his 1 million bet, which would be a profit of 27 million. First get familiar with the battle and advance step by step. Money is important, but life is more important. No matter how much money and bets he had, Qin Mu would not be reckless. After 1 hour, leaving the plain outside Zhongcheng, the terrain began to become complicated. Qin Mu had already studied the map of Dragon Star, and it was not much different from the blue star in his memory. Zhongcheng is about 500 kilometers away from the coast and more than 100 kilometers away from Longzhong. It is called Zhongcheng because it is the only city within 1,000 miles nearby that has inherited its name. The origin of the vicious beast cannot be verified. It suddenly appeared 100 years ago and swept across the Dragon Star in an instant. In the early stage, weapons are used for defense. At the same time, the ancient martial arts shine in the battle. With the awakening of the Mind Master, the warrior hunts the ferocious beasts and eats them, which greatly improves the level. Gradually, the power of warriors began to exceed that of technological weapons, and then it gradually stabilized 10 years after the mutation. Humans have been studying ferocious beasts for hundreds of years. Cruel, tyrannical, and bloodthirsty are the general descriptions for all ferocious beasts. There are different species of ferocious beasts in the wild, and they also have different means of survival. Master, 300 meters ahead, we found a lone ferocious beast, the flame-headed badger. In the holographic glasses, the location of the ferocious beast was quickly marked with a red dot. Flame-headed badger. Level 1. Attack. 5000 kg 10000 kg. Features. The flame-like hair on the head is venomous and extremely hard. This part has the highest value. Weaknesses. Afraid of water, the softest part is under the tail. Tisk, advanced battle suit, so cool. This is the value of equipment. It's not that Qin Mu has never tried an ordinary battle suit. He wore it when he was in school. It has basic functions, but it doesn't have scanning, prompting, and warning. Base. Qin Mu drew his sword and unfolded his shield. Safety first. Even if it is a first-level ferocious beast, it cannot be underestimated. One-on-one. Qin Mu had seen the ferocity of this beast in school videos. After seeing the target, the flame-headed badger attacks like crazy. Its claws can easily tear through a 3 cm steel plate, and its teeth can directly crush your bones when equipped with an ordinary combat suit. After biting, the flame-headed badger will butt you with its head. Once the poisonous thorns pierce the body, the whole body will immediately turn red, blisters will appear, it will be extremely itchy and painful. Open black lens bracket GG. Close black lens bracket. The flame-headed badger also noticed Shinmu approaching and did not hesitate. He slapped his hooves on the ground, arched his body, and dived into the grass. Then he saw a fiery red light flying through the grass, charging towards Shinmu from the side. Damn it, Shinmu's combat experience is really insufficient. It was just an interruption, the flying blade was not thrown, and the flame-headed badger hid his figure. How can you control a flying blade attack when you can't even see the target? Retreat. Shinmu immediately retreated, holding the sword behind his back. At the same time, he controlled the flying blade on his back to slowly unsheath it with his mind. He did not rush to take action, but hid it behind himself. Plop! A flash of red suddenly flashed out of the corner of his eye. Shinmu immediately hit him with his shield. Boom! With a crash, Shinmu was pushed back 3 steps by the huge force. The flame-headed badger was also pushed away by the shield. He shook his head and rushed to the ground again. Cut! Shinmu slashed the flame-headed badger's head directly with his sword. But the flame-headed badger simply kicked off the ground and moved, even splitting the edge of the sword. What the hell? So fierce. The body of the flame-headed badger is about 1.56 meters, but when it is close to the ground, it is only over half a meter tall. It looks like a crazy beast, but in the face of danger, its instinctive dodge is definitely not weak. Shinmu's knife just now was just a slash. He didn't consider that the flame-headed badger could dodge and was unable to retaliate. The flame-headed badger seemed to have noticed the opportunity. His eyes flashed fiercely, and he kicked the ground with all 4 hooves. He opened his bloody mouth and bit Shinmu's feet. At this time, a cold light flashed in the sky. Puff! The flame-headed badger's head was disconnected in midair, and blood splattered everywhere. Boom! Shinmu unfolded his shield and thrust it into the ground, covering everything in front of him. Thump! The flame-headed badger's head hit the shield and fell to the side. As for the divine body, it scoffed a few meters away and stopped in front of the shield. Congratulations, Master, for killing the first-level beast and earning 10 points. Phew, fortunately, I have telepathy. Shinmu breathed a sigh of relief. If you are a warrior, if you make a mistake just now, you will inevitably fall into passive mode and suffer the crazy bites of the flame-headed badger. If the quality of the shield and battle suit is poor, there is a risk of being chewed to pieces at any time. As for himself, he used the A-level flying blade to split the neck of the flame-headed badger in one stroke. Judging from the telekinesis feedback, it might be possible to cut it open with a low-level flying blade, but it would be absolutely impossible to cut off the entire neck. The first battle outside the city. It was all thanks to telekinesis and flying blades that nothing happened. The previous battle. The first time was when he faced the Hungry Wolf Gang, using telepathy to sneak attack and take the lead. The second time he broke into the Ferocious Beast treatment plant, he was able to gain the upper hand and open up the situation by relying on the sharpness of his sword. Now in the wild, the Ferocious Beast struggled to survive in danger and fighting every day. Fighting is instinctive for ferocious beasts. Shinmu thought carefully in his mind. It's really undeserved to have the first move taken away. After all, I scanned and found the target first. This was the biggest mistake in the battle just now. Deep down in my heart, I felt that I was well equipped, had an advantage in level, and had telekinesis, so I underestimated the first-order ferocious beast at the door. No wonder, most would-be warriors have to wait several months before taking the actual combat test. Actual combat in the wild and practice are completely different things. Shinmu put away his sword, controlled the flying blade to peel off the red hair on the head of the flame-headed badger, and threw it into his tactical backpack. The reward from the assessment is the return of credit points, but you have to take the things back yourself, and no one has time to clean up the battlefield behind you. Once ferocious beast meat appears in the wild, other ferocious beasts will soon come to eat it. The meat of the flame-headed badger was slightly poisonous, so Shinmu didn't want it, so he just threw it where he was and left quickly. Zhongcheng, Gate 2A. All candidates' images were publicly projected on the big screen under drone surveillance. The wilderness is absolutely cruel, and casualties are inevitable. Even if there is rescue, it is impossible to arrive in time every time. With such a public assessment, even if something happens, it will be because of insufficient strength and nothing to say. On the left side of the screen is a list of qualified candidates, ranked by points. First place, Bai Chuya, 210 points. Second place, Ku Han, 80 points. Third place, Wen Wu, 70 points. 12th place, Lu Zhou, 50 points. 19th place, Ling Qinzu, 40 points. The people of the Bai family are really awesome. They kill all the masters with their mind, just like mowing grass. They are so perverted. Invincible. Isn't this bet on Bai Chuya equivalent to giving away money? It's just that the odds are a little higher. You only earn over 200 if you buy 10,000. Tisk tisk, 200 is money. It's free. Don't give it up. In the open space at the door, the crowd looked at the picture and talked about it. Front row seats. The official in charge of the martial arts examination is taking notes. Representatives from various martial arts schools, the military, the 10,000 Shang Alliance and many other forces were also present to watch the battle. Oh, Wanzhong Pavilion has Bai Chuya. Is he locked in the championship this time? Wu Jiming, the manager of Boxing Martial Arts School, laughed. Beside, a woman wearing a white elegant cheongsam, with a good figure and a face somewhat similar to Bai Chuya, but with a more deserted expression, frowned slightly. It was Bai Qingyan, the supervisor of Wanjianj in Zhongcheng. Broken Star Martial Arts School has been ranked first for 5 consecutive years, so we have to give others a chance, right? Ha ha ha, well said. Guo Yue interrupted at this moment. Broken Star has won 5 consecutive championships. This result is good enough. It gives us a chance occasionally. Wu Jiming's eyes moved slightly. Guo Yue, is there any talented martial artist in your martial arts school who can take action this time? Why haven't I heard about it? Guo Yue waved his hands repeatedly. Geniuses are not so easy to find. Even if they are available, our Zhongcheng Martial Arts School cannot compete with you for its resources. Ku Han has been a member of our martial arts school since he was a child. Wasn't he poached by you? In the same Zhongcheng, there are several martial arts schools and various forces. On the surface, they are harmonious. But in fact, they are all secretly competing. Genius is the biggest one. Because if a warrior has the resources, his growth rate is not slow. When the ferocious beast broke out, Wu Boxing broke through to the master level within 3 years. That is absolute genius. The rest of the ordinary warriors will soon hit the ceiling on their cultivation path. No matter how many resources are given, cultivation will be extremely slow. Whether it's a martial arts gym, a city, or the military. The biggest channels for obtaining resources are from the wild. Only with strong warriors can you have more resources. Genius is the guarantee of the future of the martial arts gym. Without talented warriors, the basic strength of the martial arts gym will quickly decline. Otherwise, families will not form such generous genius agreements, and often invest tens of millions, or even over 100 million, in young people who are apprentices or first or second level warriors. Ah, Wu Jiming groaned. So Director Guo is still worried about Ku Han. Good birds choose trees to roost, and talented warriors can get better resources and have a better future in Broken Star. This is an indisputable fact. Guo Yue's eyes turned cold and his face darkened slightly. Then according to what Manager Wu wants, all the geniuses in Zhongcheng will be in boxing, and the other martial arts schools will no longer exist. As soon as these words came out, the faces of other martial arts schools, including the military, became serious. Boxing Martial Arts Hall can be strong, but if you give other forces a chance to breathe and develop, you will become a public enemy. Wu Jiming saw everyone's hostility rising, but he was not afraid at all and snorted coldly. Broken Star Martial Arts School wants to cultivate talents who can support Dragon Star in the future. If you are not convinced, you can open up to competition. When the Dragon City Conference established the federal system, wasn't it just about liberalizing competition? If you want to compete, just declare a challenge. I, Po Xing, can accept it. If you lose, Po Xing Martial Arts School will not sign a talent contract in Zhongcheng within 3 years. Competition is inherently open and is the basic system of the Federation. Others can afford it, but you can't. The resources that others have, you don't have. If you can't compete, what can you say? Everyone's expressions were not very good when they heard this. Even Bai Qingyan didn't say anything. Bai Chuya's strength is good, but if he wants to challenge, boxing martial arts school can mobilize talents from other cities to join the battle. It's hard to say whether we will win or lose. Guo Yue waited for a long time, waiting for this sentence, and immediately shouted. Okay, it's a deal, the arena will open at the end of the year. Manager Wu, don't miss it then. Hiss, what's the situation? Everyone immediately turned their attention to Guo Yue. Zhongcheng Martial Arts School has been holding back and keeping silent for so many years. Why did it suddenly become tough today? Do you really have the goods in hand? At this time. Projection screen. One of the grids is enlarged to the center area. A well-equipped young man walked in the grass with 2 flying blades floating around his body. Screen split screen cutting. Coiled in the grass not far from the boy was a second-level ferocious beast, a red-spotted viper. At this moment, he was spitting out his words, ready to go out, ready to burst out and give someone a fatal blow at any time. The next second, the 2 flying blades turned into streams of light and flashed across a distance of 100 meters. Puff puff puff. The red-spotted viper was instantly cut into 5 or 6 pieces, struggling and twisting on the ground. Until its death, the red-spotted viper did not even see who was attacking it. Instant kill. Super long-range instant kill. Boom. The crowd immediately became excited. What the hell? Nian Master. There is actually a Nian Master in the martial arts test. Look at his weapons. At least AB level flying blade or above. Where did it come from? Why isn't it in my profile? What's the situation? Qin Mu. What the hell? The information clearly states that he is a 9th level warrior apprentice. Damn it. What the hell are you doing? The odds for the top 10 are 1.22. Hurry. Place your bet quickly. There is still money to be made now. The crowd of people placing bets immediately went crazy, and many people called the dealer directly to yell at them. Wu Zhiming's pupils suddenly shrank, and he turned to look at Guo Yue. Did you hide this, Qin Mu? What's there to hide? Guo Yue picked up the tea at hand leisurely. In our Zhongcheng Martial Arts School, we have always been generous and generous. We will not hide talents, let alone hold talents in our hands for fear of others knowing. The others were really shocked by this. Really, from Zhongcheng Martial Arts School? How could the Mind Master hide his awakening so well? Didn't even reveal any information about it. Now, the manager of the Wansheng Alliance, Zheng Zan, slapped his forehead. I just said that the odds of Qin Mu in the handicap were wrong. You can see that the largest fund behind it is from the Wansheng Alliance, so I didn't check carefully. I didn't expect it to be Yu Zhongcheng. From the martial arts school. The channel through which Ling Qinzu placed her bets was naturally the Wansheng Alliance. She had the largest amount of funds, and even if Zheng Zan had doubts, he would not investigate in detail. After all, they are members of the 10,000 Shang Alliance, not outsiders. If this is really investigated, it will cause unhappiness internally. But who would have thought? The one who bets the most is not the one with genius. Bai Qingyan stared at the picture. After a moment, even her expression couldn't help but become solemn. Director Guo can really hide. Look at this young man. He has strong mental power and is skilled in operating flying blades. Both flying blades can attack with full force. Apprentice level 8, no. It must be level 9. It's only one step behind Chuya. Seeing how skilled he is, maybe he still has some energy left. Good. Hidden so well. A 9th level apprentice, a mind master who uses 2 flying blades with all his strength. How can he hide such a genius? Simply outrageous. In the eyes of the various forces in Zhong City, this is even more outrageous than the appearance of a genius. Among the various forces, who doesn't have any information channels? Awesome. Except for Wu Zhiming, the other forces surrendered one after another and said meaningfully. Zhongcheng Martial Arts School really has some background. If you don't make a move for 10 years, you will suffer for 10 years if you make a move. A genius mind master can hide even the slightest bit of information. I admire him. Puff. Apprentice level 9. Guo Yue stayed for a while after listening, and then spit out a mouthful of tea. What's the situation? Could Supervisor Bai have seen it wrong? Chin Mu has a 9th level apprentice. He didn't say it. He really didn't say anything. Huh. Bai Qingyan's expression suddenly turned cold. Director Guo is questioning my vision of Wanjianj. Do you still want to hide it? The footage has been made public, and you must have signed the contract. Who can poach it? To be honest, in her heart, she despised this kind of behavior. So pretentious. You can hide it, why do you still pretend? Too much. Guo Yue felt wronged. Could it be that the telepathy teacher level 1 just tested a few days ago is level 3? Only level 3. Not even one more level. I asked before I came, and I really asked. Ask Chin Mu if he has 2 flying blades. Yes, good guy. Isn't this kid talking about 2 handles that are fully controlled? As for the level, I didn't even ask. Damn it, too exaggerated. 7 days, 1 level per day. Who can guess this? What the hell is this concept? Hiss. Guo Yue immediately took a breath of cold air. A genius of this level is probably going to catch up with Wu Poxing, who was born in vain back then, right? Fear. Is Zhongcheng Martial Arts School really going to rise now? Everyone looked at Guo Yue. Some were envious, some were jealous, and some were hateful. Wu Jiming was cheated a lot. In the ring battle, someone wants to take action against a talented telepathic master, will you accept it? Judging from the talent of this young man, he may be similar to Bai Chuya. The time of his awakening is still uncertain. If he can hide it for so long, he might wake up later than Bai Chuya. It is possible for his talent to surpass Bai Chuya. Damn it, how could such a genius find his turn at Zhongcheng Martial Arts School? Think of this. Wu Jiming's eyes suddenly flashed. Zheng Zan, aren't you someone from the Wansheng Alliance who is betting heavily on Chin Mu? You have no news. Zheng Zan shook his head. You're kidding, can you still sit here if you have news? Genius Nianxi, our 10,000 Shang Alliance has to sign an SSS contract even if it's opened. In terms of resources for cultivating mind masters, Wansheng may not be as good as Po Xing and Wanzhong. But when it comes to money, the 10,000 Shang Alliance has never been afraid. Nianxi is the most profitable genius, one is worth 10, maybe more. Geniuses who sign for others may lose money. Sign readers, I'm sorry, you can only make money with blood. Who is it? Who knows about this and hasn't signed it yet? From the perspective of funding channels, it is the Ling family. Ling Qinzu. Zheng Zan remembered it and immediately opened the list of candidates and looked at Chin Mu's information. Sure enough, Ling Qinzu and Chin Mu are from the same school, and the one who placed the bet is the Ling family. The Ling family really suffered a big loss from Boda this time. Let's ask again later, I can't say more now. Seeing that Zheng Zan was silent, Bai Qingyan murmured, it's not convenient to say, but it's understandable. But there are people in the 10,000 Shang Alliance who know about this, but they didn't take it down. It's a fact. 2 possibilities. First, that boy doesn't care about money. Everyone clicked on Chin Mu's information. It's impossible. He's a young man from a low-income family, a single-parent family, and a younger sister. His monthly income is less than 5,000, and there are dozens of arrears records. Hiss. Bai Qingyan secretly gasped. That's the second one. There is a family in the 10,000 Shang Alliance who knows this telepathy master, but the telepathy master's talent at the time was not outstanding. That's the only explanation. Everyone nodded. Not bad. What Director Bai said is reasonable and well-founded. Moreover, the 10,000 Shang Alliance did not leak the news, but directly placed a bet. Does this mean that the awakening time of the Mind Master is very recent? Look, there are school assessment records. A week ago, in the graduation examination, the martial artist apprentice was at the 5th level. I took the martial arts exam the next day and the martial arts apprentice was at the 9th level. The words fell. Everyone had a look of shock in their eyes. What the hell? Awakened 7 days ago. Now the ninja apprentice is at the 9th level. Or are the 2 flying blades at full strength? Hiss. Is this possible? Everyone was puzzled. Call. Bai Qingyan took a breath and said with a slight trembling, the progress of my grandfather's awakening back then is probably the same. Bai Qingyan's grandfather. What a waste of life. The strongest telepathic master in Dragon Star. Everyone paused for a few seconds, then immediately stood up, opened the communication, and ran out. The same goes for Wu Jiming. Such a genius, even if he pays a sky-high price, it is still worth the liquidated damages. A second wasted life. What concept? Even if you can't be promoted to Grand Master, if you stay at the level of dominant Grand Master, you will still be almost the top master of Dragon Star. Bai Qingyan looked at Guo Yue, his eyes softened slightly. It turns out that Director Guo really doesn't know this young man's talent. Puff. Guo Yue almost spit out blood. I want you to say more. Who knows if you don't tell me? Guo Yue couldn't sit still anymore, so he left the table and went to the side to make a video call to the host. Need to pay more now. You have to hurry up, otherwise you might get poached. 100 times liquidated damages. 3 billion credits. This money seems to be an astronomical figure, but if you can't stand it, you are really powerful enough to afford it. Now, the martial arts exam is still going on. For 7 days, outsiders cannot interfere. It will definitely be too late to make up for the agreement, so we can only stabilize Qin Mu first. Bai Qingyan didn't leave, but she opened the communication and sent a message. Notify Chuya that he must find Qin Mu and drag him into Wanjianj. The conditions are whatever he chooses. We will pay all the liquidated damages. The major forces in Zhongcheng were in chaos. Qin Mu in the wild pushed forward slowly and slowly. Master, you now have 170 points. If you kill another second-level ferocious beast, you will pass the test and your points will be among the top 10. Xiaoyi's voice rang in her ears. There are still 2 hours before dark. If we continue to move forward, we may lose the opportunity to spend the night at the nearest shelter. Data shows that 92% of the candidates who died in the martial arts examination did not choose a shelter to spend the night on the first night. In the dark night, the activities of ferocious beasts are more frequent than during the day. Moreover, ferocious beasts are more adaptable to the night environment than humans. So, near the wild areas of Zhongcheng, there have been shelters made of pure alloy airdropped over the years. For warriors, this is a place where you can spend the night in the open wilderness. The wilderness is too far away from the city, often hundreds of kilometers away, and it takes several days to go back and forth. Spending the night in the wild is a great test for every warrior. It is especially dangerous to stay alone overnight. Qin Mu looked at the map and searched all the way. Shelter point. The 3-meter-long, 3-meter-high pure alloy cube stood straight on the grass. Doors open on all sides for easy exit. The structure is also very simple. There are designed latches on the inside and outside of the door. Humans will know how to open it when they come over. The ferocious beast was too exhausted to open the lock, so it could only break through it with brute force. By then, the warrior will have enough time to react even if he is asleep. Only me. Qin Mu arrived early. It's still some time before dark, so let's eat first. There is a stove at the shelter, and there is a storage of disposable compressed combustion, which needs to be replenished after use. Qin Mu took out a prepared steel-skinned pork chop, lit the stove and started grilling it. Sniff sniff. After a while, the whole pork chop was grilled and fragrant. Use the flying blade as a table knife, cut off a piece and throw it into your mouth. Ah, satisfied, Qin Mu exhaled and rested against the wall of the shelter. It's getting dark. The asylum point did not wait for other candidates. Each candidate's route is different. If you don't leave the route, you will basically not encounter each other. Qin Mu came to the wild for the first time and couldn't sleep. I have been using my mind to control the flying blades. With a little practice, the intensity is not high and I am not tired. Wait until night and refresh the upgrade point. Upgrade. Kung Fu, Basic Telekinesis. Open black lens bracket ding. Upgraded successfully, Basic Telekinesis Level 2. It seems that mental power is also the same as the level, a total of 9 levels. If you are at full level 9, you can support the upgrade all the way to the second level of the commander. Qin Mu thought about it secretly. It's the martial arts exam now. Let's advance to level 6 first. On the last day of the exam, we'll be the second level commander. Ouch! Suddenly there was a burst of howling wolves outside the shelter. Master, judging from the howling, the ferocious beast, blue-clawed three-eyed wolf, lives in groups and is generally at the 3rd level. The Wolf King may be at the 4th level. It is initially estimated that the number is more than 50. In addition, the wolves are moving towards the shelter. Qin Mu was startled and looked sideways through the observation hole. There are already traces of fluctuations in the grass in the distance. Master, Xiaoyi reminded again. Data shows that your survival rate of using flying escape is as high as 99.2%. If you choose to stick to the shelter, if there is a 4th level Wolf King, the shelter may be destroyed. Under siege, even if you are a sorcerer, your survival probability will drop by 30%. The closed environment is not suitable for a sorcerer to perform. The biggest advantage of Nianxi. Flight. Even if you are just an apprentice, you can fly once you become proficient. The wolves cannot take off. First of all, you are already in an invincible position. Go out and fight. Qin Mu opened the door immediately, threw out his shield, jumped up, and stood firmly on the shield. Zhongcheng. A large number of people still gathered in front of the projection. The major forces did not leave either. The first night is the most dangerous time for candidates. The scene of wolves besieging Qin Mu immediately appeared in the center of the projection. What the hell? Master Nian just picks it up and flies it up. I will be invincible first, you can do whatever you want. It would be great if I could also awaken the Mind Master. Ha ha ha, stop dreaming. Zhongcheng can awaken at most 3 or 5 Mind Masters a year. What is the probability? This is a probability that even the smoke from the ancestral graves cannot beat. Not bad. Bai Qingyan saw Qin Mu's movements and praised. In just a few days, you can control the fighting style, talent, and actual combat of a telepathic master. It is the best choice. Zhongcheng Martial Arts School has also put in a lot of effort this time. You really want to spend all your money to teach, right? Puff. Ahem. Even though Guo Yue had a thick face, he couldn't help but blush at this moment. Qin Mu was involved in a lawsuit and could not go to the martial arts gym. He went into seclusion himself and could not be contacted or seen by outsiders. Purely self-taught. If we talk about financial support, then the only thing that can be reimbursed for him is a copy of the master's mind training technique. At this time, the spectators became restless again. The size of the wolf pack this time is a bit weird. There are more than 100 of them in the distance. If there are more than 100, there will definitely be a Wolf King. 4th level Wolf King, military general level. Damn it. Guo Yue immediately looked up and said to himself, Qin Mu, don't be stupid, retreat first. The 4th level Wolf King can reach 100 meters in the air with a single leap. You are inexperienced, and something will happen. Bai Qingyan also frowned. Wolves attack at night, and there will also be golden-billed vultures following them in the sky. We must fight quickly, otherwise it will be very dangerous. In the air, in most cases, it is safer for warriors than on the ground. But when the flying beast appears, the situation will be reversed. Because the sky is also the territory of ferocious beasts. What's even scarier is, the territory of the ferocious beast in the sky is very huge. On the ground, the ferocious beasts in each area have a leader, and the other ferocious beasts generally will not cross the territorial boundaries. It's different in the air. High-level ferocious beasts can fly a distance of 1,000 meters with just one flap of their wings. Among them, the 8th level Dapang Golden Eagle can directly cruise at supersonic speeds, with a volley range of tens of thousands of kilometers. It can appear above your head at any time. The one that kills the most warriors is the high-level flying ferocious beast, which is hard to guard against. It roars down from the sky at a speed exceeding Mach 10. By the time you hear the detonation, the golden eagle has already reached your head, pierced your body with its sharp claws, and snatched it away directly. Guo Yue made a prompt decision. Rescue team. Rushed to the scene immediately. The group of ferocious beasts has threatened the lives of most candidates. For the martial arts exam, there will be experts in Zhongcheng who will specially clean up the ferocious beasts nearby. Guo Yue had something to do the past few days, which was to cooperate with the military and several major martial arts schools to clear the exam routes. Did not expect. A few days later, a 3rd-level wolf pack rushed into the examination room route. For candidates, a pack of wolves is absolutely deadly. If you are fighting a pack of golden eagles, it is normal for all the candidates to be wiped out this time. The rest of the people did not hesitate at all about this rescue order. Field Master, be careful of the golden-billed vulture. This 3rd-level flying ferocious beast moves in groups and usually follows the group ferocious beasts to snatch trophies. Qin Mu nodded. What's your detection range in the sky? Xiaoyi. Master, I am only equipped with a close-range detection radar. Your combat helmet is equipped with an air-to-air radar, level C. It can detect flying beasts within 10 kilometers, but it cannot track beasts above the 4th level. Regarding the attack speed, Xiaoyi can remind you up to 0.5 seconds before the flying beast attacks. Half a second. Is it so extreme? Qin Mu was secretly stunned, but he was not too surprised. The flying beast is hovering in the sky, you know it, but you can't outrun it. Shield flying is possible, but at the current apprentice level, the fastest flying speed is 90 meters per second. The 3rd level and 4th level golden billed vultures have a cruising speed of 150 meters per second. It can approach the speed of sound by flapping its wings and diving, reaching 300 meters per second. 0.5 seconds. In fact, there are quite a few. At this moment, under the moonlight, a figure with a height of more than 5 meters appeared, with 3 eyes scanning the plain like 3 blue searchlights under the night sky. Hold your head high. Ouch! With a long roar, hundreds of wolf shadows no longer hid in the grass and charged directly. At a distance of more than 1,000 meters, the Wolf King had spotted Qin Mu's figure in midair. On both sides, there were dozens of 3-eyed wolves surrounding him. Even if they only deal with Qin Mu alone, the wolves still have a strategy. Ha! Qin Mu exhaled calmly. All 4 flying blades came out. Whoosh whoosh. The flying blades flashed cold light around Qin Mu. The skill was upgraded just now, but I haven't had time to test it yet, so now I'm going to use it with all my strength. With full control, it's still not enough for 3 handles, but with 4 handles, each one has an attack power of about 6,000 kg. Blue-clawed 3-eyed wolf, level 3. Attack, 90000 kg. Features, blue wolf claws, excellent armor breaking power, can penetrate 10 cm steel plate, C-level shield can resist up to 9 times, B-level shield can resist more than 100 times. Blue claw has the highest value. Weaknesses, eyes and abdomen have low defense and can be broken through with a C-level sword. Master, I need to remind you that your shield and armor core are all B-level, which can resist the armor breaking by ferocious beasts. But with your physical ability, a 9th level apprentice cannot withstand the impact of attacks. Up to 3 times, your sternum will be shattered, which is extremely dangerous. High-level combat uniforms are not invincible. The combat uniform will not be damaged, but the impact force of 90,000 kilograms, even after it is weakened, is not something that the 9th level apprentice's body can bear. The improvement of warriors is an all-round improvement of physical fitness. If you are a 9th level warrior, you can carry 90,000 kilograms with a groan at most. But if it were Qin Mu, spitting blood would be mild, and severe would be breaking a rib. With this level of difficulty, can ordinary candidates really survive? The thoughts flashed through Qin Mu's mind, and he had no time to think about it now. Charge! Qin Mu stepped on the shield and sprinted towards the wolves in the opposite direction. At a speed of 100 meters per second, the cold light of the flying blades around him pierced the night sky. Bang bang! Moving in opposite directions, the distance between the 2 sides shortened instantly. The 3-eyed wolf at the head of the row kicked off the ground, creating a dent in the ground with its huge force. A 3rd level ferocious beast, a 9th level warrior, whose power is already terrifying. Qin Mu didn't have a sword. In this case, the sword was a burden. The 2 fingers of the right hand are brought together to make a sword finger shape. Go! Whoosh! The flying blade cuts through the air. It is a flying blade specially made for sorcerers. The lines are scientific and the sound of cutting through the air is extremely subtle. Adjust the angle and erase all reflections. Under the night sky, the 2 flying blades seemed to suddenly disappear. The 3-eyed blue eyes couldn't catch any trace of the flying blade, so naturally they couldn't react. Poof! The 2 flying blades hit 2 respectively. The B-level sharpness can be inserted directly into the 3-eyed wolf's eyeball. Under the control of mind power, it can easily reach the 3-eyed wolf's brain and stir it up at will. Puff! The 3-eyed wolf's brains burst out from its nostrils and eyes at the same time, killing him instantly. The Mind Master kills. Decapitation is the last option. If you have the ability, insert it directly into the target's body and then crush the brain. If you can twist your brain, it's best not to twist your heart. Because the bodies of ferocious beasts are extremely powerful and can crush their hearts, some ferocious beasts may still have some instinctive reactions, and may even be able to bite and attack for a moment. Just the brain. Once the brain is crushed, the ferocious beast will no longer make any moves. After a day of fighting, Chin Mu had gained experience. The improvement of his skills and the subtle changes in control were enough to complete these operations. Although it is only level 1. But at the very least, from beginner to beginner. Kill 2 instantly. Then one fierce wolf jumped up and swooped over. The distance Chin Mu controlled was not high, just 40 or 50 meters high. If it's too high, the wolves won't be able to get up, so they may not pounce. It's too low, and it's dangerous for me. Just leave a few dozen meters of distance, which is just right. Instigate. 2 flying blades came out from where they had just entered, followed by a deft mid-air turn, and flew towards the beast behind them. Chin Mu was highly concentrated, using both distraction and control at the same time to control the position of the shield and himself, and slowly retreated. For a moment, the flying blade can only kill 2. The number of 3-eyed wolves is significantly higher. Puff puff puff. The flying blade almost disappeared in the moonlight, leaving no trace behind. There was only the sound of flying blades penetrating the 3-eyed wolf's eyes. Who knows that this guy has 3 eyes and has more weaknesses than other ferocious beasts? Thump, thump. As many as the wolves pounced on, many died suddenly and fell to the ground. For a while, the wolves charged like moths to the flame without any stagnation. Ouch! Dozens of 3-eyed wolves died, and Chin Mu's shield was not even touched. The Wolf King couldn't bear it any longer, roared, transformed into an afterimage, and quickly rushed to the battlefield. Master, 4th level ferocious beast, be careful. Xiaoyi confirmed the target and reminded him immediately. Military general level, basic strength, between the 1st level of military commander and the 3rd level of military commander, maybe even higher. Because this is the leader of the beast. The body shape, wolf claws, eyes, fur, everything reflects its difference from other 3-eyed wolves. Suddenly, Chin Mu froze in the air, looked at the Wolf King, and a sneer appeared on the corner of his mouth. Ouch! The Wolf King was immediately angered by this sneer, howling furiously, and kicked the ground suddenly from a distance of tens of meters. Boom! There was an explosion, ringing across the plains. The Wolf King kicked off the ground and blasted out a deep pit with a radius of tens of meters. Such explosive power, at least hundreds of thousands of kilograms. Just a kick on the ground is almost as effective as a rocket bombardment, it's simply outrageous. But this is the 4th level ferocious beast, able to stand up to ferocious beasts at the level of generals. Snapped. Chin Mu reached out his right hand in the air and caught 4 flying blades in his hand. Go! The warrior's power, combined with his telekinesis, explodes with all his strength. All 4 flying blades were thrown out. It seemed that this was not the first time for the Wolf King to deal with a warrior who could fly. It actually lowered its head the moment Chin Mu raised his hand. Bang bang. The speed of the 4 flying blades was too fast and beyond Chin Mu's control. He failed to turn and hit the Wolf King's head directly. The impact sound was like hitting a punch tester. In midair, the Wolf King's figure was smashed down by tens of thousands of kilograms of force. But the Wolf King just shook his head, and several flying blades that barely penetrated his skull were easily thrown away. I admit, you have some IQ, but only a little. Chin Mu sighed in his heart. Puff! At this moment, a cold light suddenly bounced up from the ground, suddenly emerging from the blind spot of the Wolf King's raised head. Exploding at such a distance. Even if the Wolf King saw it, he had no time to hide and closed his eyes subconsciously. However, the sharpness of this flying blade is obviously not comparable to the previous ones. It penetrates directly without any hindrance, rushes to the brain, and stirs vertically and horizontally. Moment. The 3-eyed Wolf King's eyes became dull. The body was frozen in place, its posture unchanged, but unable to move. ... Zhongchang. Everyone onlookers were shocked by this change. What the hell? Who saw it? Who saw how the Wolf King died? The 5th flying blade. Where did it come from? Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.